This does not look good for DeepSeek. This company called Wiz Research discovered a publicly accessible...
The only thing I love about NetworkChuck more than his content is his beard. I'm trying to get there. But what's this whole DeepSeek thing anyway? Simply put, DeepSeek is a Chinese run and operated open source artificial intelligence platform. China made it and China maintains it. I'm not going to get into the politics of the situation, but you should know that when you go to see DeepSeek on the internet like you do with ChatGPT, you are going to Chinese servers, which, as you could see from NetworkChuck's video that I stitched, they are keeping a lot of the data that you put into there, which is not surprising. OpenAI is likely doing the exact same thing. What if you want to use this super cool technology without giving all of your data to a Chinese government? You can actually do that with a free open source platform called Ollama. Ollama is a platform much like Docker. Actually, all of their models run in Docker containers, where they literally have free open source AI models to make chatbots you can run on your local machine. Depending on how much hardware you have will determine the kinds of models that you can safely run. They have models that go all the way up to 70 billion parameters. Take a really fat server that costs like $100 an hour to run. Well, you can actually get by with something for $17, but I just thought it was cool to have a server with 12 terabytes of RAM and almost 500 cores. All the way down to models like DeepSeek R1 that's 1.5 billion parameters. In fact, you don't even need a GPU. They have a very small model called Small LM. I was running that on my laptop that has an i5 processor with 12 gigs of RAM and an onboard GPU. It was running all of this just on the CPU. I was hitting about 50% resource capacity on my CPU. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's really cool. You have a big fat GPU like I do in my desktop computer in my office that's 12 gigs. You can actually run a 70 billion parameter model, which I've done. It splits about half of the work between the GPU and the CPU. And all of the models natively through Ollama don't have internet connectivity. The CCP is not going to be getting all of your data from what you're running if you're running Ollama locally. That doesn't mean it has zero risk, because nothing has zero risk. You want to talk about mitigating like 90% of your risk just by running DeepSeek locally? You're probably doing it. It's super easy. Ollama is great. I'm not affiliated with them. Just started playing with them in the last week and it's incredible. So please, I beg you, if you care any at all about your privacy, please do not use DeepSeek online like you do with ChatGPT. Run it locally and thank me later.